Tell the people what your name is. What do you go by?
My name is Caspyn, but I guess a lot of my friends call me Caspy.
What makes you interesting and you can't say nothing?
I look at things a lot differently than you would expect a normal person to. I like to listen, I like to observe, I like to understand things from more than one perspective. So I guess you could say that I think differently in that perspective.
And has that helped you in life?
It has, like with conflict or like any problems that you may have, if you look at it like from a different standpoint, maybe you can see like what went wrong or why this person must feel this way. So it has been very useful to me at least.
You have an easier time empathizing with people?
I do, because I try to like not think like what my original standpoint is, but like what the other person did and what I'd think if I was in their shoes.
What's something you've discovered about yourself that surprised you?
I look at myself a lot differently these days than what I used to look at myself, because before, like a while ago, I wasn't in the right headspace and I didn't really think of myself as a good person like as I do now. Back then, I couldn't be able to tell you like if I was a good person or not. I thought I was because I try to do things the right way. But now looking back at all the things I've done and how better I could have handled situations, I guess I'm surprised at what I've done in the past, and I hope to do better in the future.
So would you say you've grown a lot over the past couple of years?
I really have. I've been able to look at myself and the things I've done differently, and I feel like I've grown because I've learned doing those kind of things and how I could have changed that, and I feel like I've grown as a person.
Is there any advice you would give to yourself knowing what you know now?
Take a good look at yourself and tell me if you would want someone to show you how you've been treating them. Bring yourself away from what's all in your head and begin to understand that it's a lot bigger than you and me, right? Yeah, you can't be like doing the stuff you were doing. Get better, I guess.
What's the greatest part of being human?
The feelings that you feel and the people that you find. There's a lot of there's a lot of different feelings rather than love or hate or anger. There's passion. There's, you're determined. You want a purpose. And then there's cool people, people that make you look at things differently.
Do you think that you have a purpose?
I want to have a purpose. I hope I leave the world leaving a mark in some way. I want to, at the end of my life, I want to be able to say that I had a purpose and I was able to accomplish it, but I just don't know what it is yet.
What has been your biggest reality check?
I guess a lot of stuff has happened over the years in the past 3-4 years. I mean, I could say it was when I dropped out of school or got sent to a mental institution or I lost my mother. She went to jail, she didn't die. But it made me realize I need to get my crap together, I need to start doing better for me, for my family. I just gotta get my stuff straight and figure out what I want to do, my next steps forward in life,
How long ago was that?
At the beginning, maybe 2-3 years ago, when I was in the mental institution, and then my mom was taken away a few months ago. So I guess in between there somewhere, I realized that I needed to start thinking, like, what am I gonna do next? I gotta do something.
How do you feel about the progress you've made since you made that decision?
I am quite pleased with myself, actually. I have a stable job, I have steady hours, I have a steady income, I have plans, I've accomplished some of my plans, and I continue to make them. I've made a lot of progress in the past few years, and I am proud of it.
Who's the person you've met that you'll never forget?
There was an accident a few years ago, and I was involved, and I won't get into it, but I was at the hospital, and I didn't know where my mom was or if she was even there anymore. And I remember running out of the hospital to see my grandparents, and at that point I was done. I was sobbing and breaking down, and it was all very, I was anxious, I was sad, I was messed up. And then a guy, I don't know his name, I never got his name, but he came up to me, and he had a puppy in his jacket, and he goes, "I don't know what's going on in your life right now, and I'm really sorry, but I hope my friend here can help you, cheer you up." And he opened his jacket and revealed the dog. It was a really cute dog, and I just really hope that guy is doing well, because he helped me a lot in that moment. Looking back, I wish I would have, gotten his name or something. But he changed me. He changed my life, because I know that there's out there people who do care. And it makes me feel better.
Do you think that moment made you want to be the guy with the puppy for somebody else?
Absolutely. I want to be the guy with the puppy to someone else. I want to make them feel that reassurance like I did. I want to leave my mark in that way too.
What's a message you have for the person you care about the most?
My favorite person. To be honest, I don't really have a favorite person. But the one thing that does come to mind is I do have this friend. He won't see this, but he's going through a rough patch right now, and he's having a hard time communicating. And I just wish that he finds what he needs and he feels better. Because there isn't anything I could say or do to help him, because every situation is different, and I don't really know how he feels. But I do hope that things do get better for him. And I wish him all the love, because he needs some.